Hi everyone, and welcome to my podcast. My name is Megan and I'm coming to you from the outskirts of Tokyo, Japan. I'm an American, been living in Japan for the last 2 years with my husband and my family. Our time here is about up. We will be heading back stateside sometime in October. This is a knitting podcast and a making podcast. A little bit of crochet this week. Mostly knitting though, and I talk about my knitting, and I follow a pretty standard podcast format where I talk about my finished objects, my works in progress, and then things that I am planning on casting on. I do some other videos in between where I talk about some other stuff, but it all kind of relates to knitting and crochet in the fiber arts. So we're going to start today with finished objects, and my first finished object is not actually an object. Like, I guess it is a finished object, but it's been finished for a while. What's actually finished is the pattern, which I'm very excited to have live and available on Ravelry and on my Etsy, and that is the pattern for the Dandelion sweater, which is this one. I made this one in the spring, and my daughter has worn it. She wore it all spring long as the season got warm, and now it's too hot to wear it, but it's seen some love. My original sample has seen some use. This is a non-superwash merino wool that I got, and it pills quite a bit, and of course she's 8, so she's very active and uses it a lot, but we will just, before fall really settles in, give it a good wash and a good blocking, and maybe a quick little delinting before she starts wearing it again. I actually think she's got like toothpaste on it too. But yeah, this pattern is out. It's available in 5 different sizes, with an age range of children's fitting size around 4. So post toddler to about 12, with like a 32-inch chest circumference there at the end. And yeah, so I'll have links to the pattern below in the description. I'm just super excited. It was a lot of work, and it's definitely very nerve-wracking to put yourself out there with a pattern, something that you created and you really like, and hoping that it works out for everyone. Because different yarn and different knitting styles can make it come out a little different, but my testers made it and absolutely loved it. One of the things I will note about it is that the head opening isn't really oversized. I feel like there's some kid patterns where they do make the head opening really big, which then just kind of gapes around the neck. So if your child has a head that's kind of on the bigger size, and I should probably add this to the description, I recommend casting on, because you cast on at the neck, with the bigger needle, switching down to your smaller needle for the ribbing, and then back to the big needle for the rest of your sweater. It is a seamless circular yoke. It's got short row shaping at the back to bring the back up a little bit just naturally, and then it's got circular increases. You split for the sleeves, do your body, and then do your sleeves with a gentle decrease to fit the arm well, and then your ribbing. Since I made the sweater, I've been talking to my daughter about what her favorite details are, and she's going into 3rd grade, and she actually likes like this long sleeves with a hole for her thumb. I did make her a sweater like that, and that's like her favorite. It's like, they're sort of like sweater, but it has mittens. So if I make her another one, I might just make the sleeves a bit longer and add that thumb hole for her. So yeah, the Dandelion sweater out now for purchase, and that is one of my finished objects. The pattern itself is my finished object, so I'm counting that. My second finished object was one that I talked about on the last podcast. I have finished and cast off. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen that I've posted pictures, and it is I think it's called Broken Rib Stitch tee. and I've been wearing it quite a bit. It's been really, really hot and humid here, upper 90s into the hundreds, plus the humidity makes it feel like triple digits in Fahrenheit. I should look up what it is in Celsius, but it's hot. And I've been wearing this. So it's really nice to actually have a garment. I have 2 garments now that I can wear even on the hottest of days. I had been thinking of making this one cropped to wear it over. I have a green dress exactly like this one, and the waist, it comes to right here, and I was thinking of just making it that long, but I actually made it longer so that I can wear it with some jean shorts. I wouldn't mind wearing it over a dress. It just doesn't drape quite right because the shirt is longer than where my dress cinches in under my bust. I'm showing it backwards. But yeah, really like this one. Like I said, I've been wearing it quite a bit. It's just this mint green tee. I did do, and it kind of backfired on me a little bit, I did do some compound, they call them compound raglans. So I increased it one rate to about probably here and then a different rate here, but I only did it on the body, and I kept the same increase rate on the sleeve. And so then when I wear it, it kind of looks like my sleeves are butterfly, like the sleeves are a little bit oversized in compared to how the body fits. The body fits really nice. And so now I know that I won't end up with too small of an armhole if I switch the sleeve stitch increases as well. And if I want a really big, fluttery, almost oversized sleeve, I can continue with that. And I'm talking about that because that will lead us right into our works in progress, which the first one is another shirt made of this same yarn in a different color. All right, works in progress. So like I said, I'm working on another one, and the yarn that I'm using for that is this Daruma linen Ramie cotton in fingering, and it is 70% cotton, 15% linen, and 15% Ramie, and it's 200 meters per 50 yards, made in Japan. So it's one of the brands that I have easily accessible to me. I really like it. And so my first work in progress you have not seen. I immediately cast this on after I finished the green one, and it's another raglan tee, but this one has a lace stripe coming down every so often. And so this one I'll probably need to wear a tank top underneath it because it has so many holes in it. But I also think that that's going to make it nice and breezy and airy. And once I'm back stateside, I would maybe just wear a fairly decent coverage sports bra underneath it and just not wear a tank top because the holes. But here in Japan, it's a bit more conservative. I definitely would wear a tank top under it. But I've gotten to the point where I split for the sleeves on this one, and now I'm on Body Island, just going round and round, doing the lace pattern. And I said I immediately cast on, but it actually took me a while because I did 3 or 4 different swatches trying to figure out the best way to do this lace pattern. I didn't know if I wanted to do the increases that go along with it in between or in the center. I didn't know if I wanted to do the knit 2 togethers after the increases or if I wanted to do them on the outer edge. So I did a couple of swatches, and I decided that I liked the slip knit and the knit 2 togethers on the outer edge of it, and then it leaves a thinner line between the yarn overs. The other version of it had the knit 2 togethers or the slip knit on the inside, and it made a thicker a thicker line along the stitches there, which also looked beautiful. It just, I wanted that, I like the look of this one better, so that's what I did. Same yarn, that Linen Cotton Rainy. Been working on this and made some progress on it. I find that I love making yokes, and sometimes I lose steam as I get into the body where I'm not increasing anymore and it's not taking shape quite so quickly. You're just kind of going straight down. Kind of like Sleeve Island, I end up on Body Island sometimes, and I enjoy yoking, all of the yokes, the yoke section of it. So this one, I'm excited. I'm hoping I can finish it soon. I have the feeling that even though I'm intending for it to be a summer knit, I'll end up wearing it quite a bit into the fall and winter. Just switch it up from jean shorts or over dresses to wearing it with jeans and putting some leggings on under my dresses and continue to wear it. Another new whip, which I don't think I've shared here, and it kind of looks funny. And I also started off real strong with this one, trying to figure out all of the details, and I've kind of lost steam on it because now I'm just kind of knitting in the round. But I'll get back into it, hopefully before she outgrows it. So this is a skirt, actually, for my daughter, self-drafted pattern. I don't know, have you guys knit the Oslo hat by Petite Knit? So I have that pattern and I knit it, and when I was knitting it, I was like, oh, this could be a waistband of the section where you fold it up, could be a waistband to a skirt. So that's exactly what I did for the waistband. So this is the waistband of the skirt. It's all scrunched in there. There's an elastic inside of it. And so to knit it, I started with my stitch count that I wanted the stretched out elastic to be, something that would fit and have all of my stitches. And then once I got the length of my elastic, I did a little purl bump row to help fold it over, and then knit down the other side, and then I hand sewed my elastic together to make it a full circle. And then as I closed, and so this is like where you would have the double brim part of like a hat. As I closed that in, I just encased the elastic inside of it. And now I am on the body. The stitch markers are my indicators for my increases, so that I end up with a nice, I'm aiming for an A-line skirt. It'll probably be a little bit more flowy, not a full circle skirt. But yeah, I'm excited for that. My daughter likes to wear skirts, and if it works out really well, I might just make one in my size. But as per usual, when I'm making something kind of new and different, I tend to start with a child size for my daughter because it's just a little bit easier. So yeah, so that's my skirt in progress for my daughter, elastic waist skirt. Super cute. And then my last work in progress, not exactly sure what it's going to turn out to be, whether it'll just be a shawl, which is probably more likely, or if I'll take it full size and make it a throw blanket. But this is actually my first, not my first, because if you've watched some of my earlier episodes, I have another crochet project on the go that I have not made progress on. I have not been in the mood for granny squares. It's been summer. My kids have been home. It's been great. We've had a great time. We've been at the pool. I'm ready for school to start. I think it'll be good. It's been hot, so it's also been hard. Anyway, so this is a crochet. I'm thinking it's gonna be a like summer shawl. It's long, very, very long, almost too long. It's like 400 stitches or something. But I'm really enjoying it. If you've watched some of my previous episodes, you might recognize the yarn. I did end up frogging the black tank top that I had been working on. I just didn't really like how it was fitting and how it was looking. All I was missing was one more triangle, and I had tried it on again, just kind of attached the shoulders and held the one side up, and it just didn't fit right, and I wasn't into knitting it, so I frogged it, and have been turning that same yarn. I bought some more yarn into this, and this was quite a bit of work, and based on the fact that I'm only this many, probably 6 inches into it, will mean that this will probably be a summer or early fall just shawl, because it's got a good length to it, like it, and so I'll be able to do this. I have enough yarn to make it thicker. Got 1, 2, 3 balls, and then my partial pieces, and I think this is 2 balls in, so I should be able to double the length of it, and it's like a medium warm where it's not going to be super warm, but I like the black lace detail, and crochet, I feel in this weight of yarn goes quite a bit quicker than knitting. So yeah, just another fun. I think this is going to be my my kids started soccer, so this might be I sit and work on this while my kids are at soccer practice. My 7-year-old is a soccer veteran at this point. She's done a couple of years of it, and my 3-year-old started his first ever soccer class, and he's super cute. He's super into it, so probably don't get to do as much because I actually have to participate in the 3-year-olds class as opposed to just watching the 8-year-olds class, but it's all good. And so yeah, so that's my projects that I have going right now, and this is not gonna be a super long episode, but that's okay. At least I got one in. Summer has been crazy. I got strep throat a couple of weeks ago, then my son got strep throat, and my daughter's had a little bit of a cough that doesn't seem to go away. We've been busy, so it's been good. And our last section will be upcoming plans. Noticeably missing from my previous episode to this one is that mohair sweater that has not seen any progress because it's just been way too hot to be knitting mohair. And I think I'm also on Body Island on that, so I've got a lot of projects right at just stocking it in the round, and as school starts and I get a little bit more time, I'll be able to make some progress on those. So that is hopefully going to come back, and I'll be able to do the second half of that episode where I talk about working with mohair for the first time. I think one of my big takeaways will be, if you live in a really hot summer place, you might not want to work with mohair over the summer. I didn't want to work with mohair over the summer, so it's just kind of sitting on the side, and that's okay. One other project that I have up and coming that I want to start, I'm going to see if I can find it and put it on the side here, but last fall when Taylor Swift started dating Travis Kelce, I was like, ooh, I kind of did this thing like, what if Taylor Swift was a knitter? Like, she'd be knitting herself a sweater for the Super Bowl as she's dating this like football player. Anyway, so I sort of designed a in my Chiefs era, or a Chiefs inspired Taylor Swiftie sweater that I did, and I kind of messed up. I'll put a photo here. I have it pinned at the top of my Instagram profile, and I kind of messed up the bottommost round with the hearts. I did 3 colors. When I went to undo it, I just ended up unraveling the whole thing, but it's still been kind of living in my mind, this like idea, and for for quite a few years. I lived in Missouri, and the Chiefs are like local football team. So, and a lot of people I know really like the Chiefs. So if I had to pick a football team, that'd probably be the one I'd pick. I'm not huge into football. I am a little bit of a Taylor Swift fan, but not like crazy Taylor Swift fan. But yeah, I just thought it was fun. And so one of the little changes that I'm gonna do is I had at the beginning a little circle. I think I'm gonna try and turn that into a cat because Taylor Swift likes cats. And so it'll be like a cat. I think I've got some arrows, and then instead of it just saying Chiefs, 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 Chiefs all the way across, I think I'm gonna have it say in my Chiefs era, so that it kind of brings it back to Taylor. In my Chiefs era, and then the heart along the bottom, and then just the rest of the body in cream. Maybe add little something at the sleeves or something. But that's my upcoming project. I also recently purchased, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's her most recent pattern by Rebecca Clow from the Crayabea. It's not her Tulsa tee, but it's the next tee that she did that has like the polo neck. I'll put a picture here and text to explain what it is. I bought that pattern, and with the idea, I have some Knitting for Olive pure silk, and I wanted to do the crew neck version in my Knitting for Olive pure silk that I have. And so that's also an upcoming plan. But I've really got to be good and finish these previous projects. I also had wanted to make a second version of this sweater for when the pattern came out, and I did not get to that because I've been, you know how creativity is, you get inspired and you're working on something else and sometimes making a second one. But I think as it gets cold, you'll see me pop out another one of these, because they don't, with the DK weight and the fact that it's a child sweater, it does not take very long to make. Other than that, it's August. It's been a busy summer. As you can tell, I've not posted as regularly. I've got some fun episodes, a couple of pattern roundup episodes coming up, which I'm really, really excited about. And so, yeah. That's your episode for this week, this month. Kind of been monthly over the summer, which is fine. And that's it. Well, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you get a chance, go check out, you don't have to buy it, but you can like it. My Dandelion sweater, the links for that will be down below. I hope you are having a great summer and getting some knitting time in and some friend time, and they're taking care of you and those around you, and I hope they're taking care of you as well. And I hope you have a good rest of your week. Hopefully I'll be back in a week, probably late in the week with school starting. I'm hoping to get an episode in by Wednesday or Thursday, so hopefully that'll work. All right, talk to you later. Thanks for watching.